Rockstar made a lot of games that never got a part 2, but Bully honestly deserves a second game. You take pictures of girls in the locker room, make out with literal prostitutes as an underage boy, beat on children, and it's all cool because this game was published before 2019. It really shows the school life of an adolescent boy really well. But this game is set in America, so I'm unsure why they left out the part where he walks into the school, loads up his AK-47 and shoots. You play as Jimmy Hopkins, a badass kid who keeps getting kicked out of school, so his parents sent him to the toughest school in America known as Bulworths Academy. When I arrived at the school, I was welcomed by this MILF who I think I got a chance with. Either that or all of those videos are getting to my head. She sent me to see the principal and he said a whole lot of nothing, and to keep my nose clean. I do too much cocaine for that. While I was making my way to the dorm, I started rizzing up this girl since she had the level 10 Gayat. And I think she likes me.
I'm no threat to you. Show me your loser face. You want some of me?
I made it to the boys' dorm and these bullies wanted to fight me. This is honestly how school should be, a bully in every classroom and a fight on every hall. It's honestly great for character development. Without it, on the other hand, it's how blue-haired they, them, theirs are formed, which causes more harm to the earth than air pollution. I beat up the bully how Diddy did Cassie Ventura, but unfortunately that wasn't enough for this big piece of meat. Like, this nigga is beating on his chest like King Kong. He kinda talked like him too, but fortunately a prefect broke us up before we actually fought and he sent me to put on my school uniform. That's the face of a man that ain't got no money, cause I make that face every day. It would be nice if you would like and subscribe. I met this guy Pete who looked like he's gonna be a virgin for a long while, and this guy named Gary who not only acts but looks mentally insane. And I'm pretty sure he's more related to Hitler than your average white man. But I'm gonna trust him anyways for, of course, the character development. So once I settled in, I went back to school to meet up with Gary, and he showed me around, and not even 5 minutes later, this nigga had me giving money to the big monkey that I almost fought earlier, breaking into lockers and kissing the fat hoes. Some friend this guy is. Surely he's not gonna slime me out once he gets the chance. Anyways, Gary then showed me all of the different cliques at the school. You got the nerds who look like they watch more porn than me and I have a severe addiction. You got the preppy kids. You got the greasers who look like they already graduated but still flirts with the younger students. And finally the jocks who can barely talk but run the ball better than Tiana Trump. I later went to my first class, which was chemistry, to make firecrackers that I'm going to throw at people, causing me to definitely get arrested for attempted murder. It being attempted murder because this game doesn't let you fully kill people. Then I went to English class, and I always loved English class in school because my bitch of a teacher always told me I was a good writer. So I wrote a script for a YouTube video one day and I never got as humbled as I did after seeing the analytics on that video. I was depressed because I've been lied to for all of these years. Fuck you, teach. I passed the class giving me the ability to apologize to people. I will literally never use this cause my mom ain't raised no. I went to sleep fully clothed, by the way. This nigga Jimmy is now a certified psychopath. But I woke up and it just so happened to be Halloween. It's almost like I left out a few missions, but that doesn't matter, it's Halloween. Everyone loves Halloween. Although I don't know why, because it's scientifically proven that's the day that most kids end up missing. Anyways, Gary's costume looked a little familiar, like he was clearly showing early on that he was the reincarnation of the mustache man, and everyone is just gonna brush it off. That's exactly what Jeffrey Dahmer's dad did, and Jeffrey ended up killing 17 people. Pete was wearing a pink bunny costume. You know, it's almost like this nigga wants to stay a virgin. Either that or he just aspires to be the Energizer Bunny from the ads. My boy Jimmy bringing all the hoes to the yard with the OG Skull Trooper skin on. I would be surprised if he don't get some tonight. Since it's Halloween, me and Gary decided to play a prank on the teachers. But before we could do that, we had to prank the students. And these pranks are harmless. We taped the kick me sign to a guy's back, trip people with marbles, hit people with eggs, blew people up with fireworks. Okay, they may all not be harmless, but at least we're not putting Viagra in people's drinks. Now it's time to prank the teachers. So Gary fed this dog old meat while I proceeded to beat the shit out of his owner. And when the dog took a shit, Gary bagged it up and placed it outside the teacher's door and set it on fire, so the teacher would stomp on it and get shit all over. I think a prank where we went into our dorm room, turned off all of the lights and got naked in one room would make a great prank. Although now that I think about it, no one is really getting pranked. We should still put it in consideration though. I woke up the next day with a hangover since last night was crazy, bro. I linked up with Gary and he said a whole lot of nothing. And Jimmy, we are gonna take over the school. So he had us go down to the basement and I was expecting to see kidnapped children, but I didn't remember this wasn't a religious school. So I then thought I would see a lot of kinky stuff, but I also remember this definitely wasn't a Christian school. As we continued to go down the basement, Gary started to go on about how he knows I've been talking about him behind his back, which is a total malarkey. Say I beat every kid I don't like, fine. Say I take pictures of girls in the locker room without them knowing, fine. But say I talk about people behind their back is absolute nasty work. So Gary told Russell, the big behemoth from earlier, that I was talking about his mom so he would fight me. This kind of remind me that one time in my freshman year it was this big nigga, like this huge nigga that would just say slick shit. So one day I just got tired of it and I stood up for myself. And whole time this nigga was a bitch with extra meat on his body. And I learned that day, don't let nobody walk over you. Shit, you might get your ass beat, but at least you ain't no bitch. Once I finally beat Russell, it turns out this guy is a sweetheart with a numb brain. Some may call him a blonde girl. Though with me beating Russell, that concludes part 1 and chapter 2 finally gave me access to the town. But before I go explore, I think it would be a good idea to go to class because education is very important and nothing is lamer. I mean cooler than a kid with book smarts. I went to biology class. Damn, I gotta cut my nigga balls off. I also went to music class. This is hands down the easiest class in the game. The thing I love about Bully is they make the classes actually fun and you actually earn something for passing a class. I don't even get a good job anymore for passing a test, but when I fail, I'll never hear the end of it. Like that time I allowed my friend to put me on to something.
I put you on everybody said. I put you on every rapper you know.
All right, we understand. We get it, okay? You put me on it, okay? Yeah, you got it. You won, nigga.
All right, bro.
All right?
All right.
He understand. You understand?
All
right, yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
All right, I understand too, then, nigga. Damn.
This guy fell on my head. I don't think I'd feel any worse than I do right now.
That's real, I'm not even gonna lie. The day has finally come for me to head into town, and this town has just as many problems as Bulworth's. Like, why is a grown man asking me to find his crabs? Does he not know that I could get him arrested for that? While I was in town, I bought some new clothes. Am I tripping or do this nigga look like Sketch? What's up, brother? While I was continuing to explore, I ran into this preppy girl named Pinky, and she told me Gary said I'm sexually confused. Like, I'm not sexually confused. I know for sure that I only like men. Wait, Pinky needed help to get better seats for the movie, so she had me get everyone out of line, which included me kissing the fat hoes again. It's like no matter how hard you try to run from your past, it always catches up to you. So what if it was only a few days ago? After I did Pinky a favor, she decided to go on a date with me.
That wasn't you. That was Darby. Well, he's late. I cannot believe he's done this to me.
Damn, I see why her name Pinky now. If you got that reference, you're disgusting. Although I'm not one to talk because it's probably like my 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th girlfriend this week. I took Pinky to the carnival and I impressed her by doing a hammer game by scoring 30 points. I know for sure she's wetter than the Pacific Ocean right now. That's what below average effort can do to a below average girl. While I was at the carnival with Pinky, I ran into this tiny human. Wood. Though she told me genomes are degrading. Why are little women always thick? Like, damn, they little as hell but they dragging all that ass. My bad, I'm getting sidetracked. But she told me to destroy every genome I saw. Like, what would that do for either of us? If I destroy the genomes, you're still tiny and there's a possibility I go to jail for vandalism. On the other hand, if I don't destroy the genomes, you're still tiny and I may still go to jail for vandalism. I finally got enough tickets to buy Pinky a stuffed bear and then she kissed me. I probably just kissed a couple of generations, but that's not even the worst part because she's known to be a cousin fucker. Now it's time for me to take over the Preppy clique because I'm tired of them bullying me, and worst of all, I'm tired of them throwing eggs at me. So once I finished art class with my big booby art teacher, I went to see my chemistry teacher who kinda looked like Rick if he wasn't the smartest man in the universe. And he told me the Preppy kids have an expensive flower that I could destroy. So I got Preppy, beat a kid, then I snuck into their dorm. Their dorm is not what I expected. I thought it would be more so rich and dumb, but instead it's more so poor and depressing. I'm guessing their parents weren't able to pitch in. I made my way to the planet and it was relatively easy to destroy. I chose the word relatively because you know, the whole incest thing. Bro, dodgeball is the hardest game in this game. Either that or shop. It may just be a skill issue though, knowing me. Yes, this is gonna be good in my collection. Whoa, you weren't supposed to see that. I went to take that Alabama shirt off, then I went into the towns to link with Russell, and we decided to egg one of the Preppy kids' house. And after I seen Russell ride on that bike, I'm changing his name to Debo. It just fits so well. That nigga insane, bro. Like, we could have been ran away. He just decided to fight them now, just because. I linked up with P, and it turns out the Preppy kids are having a boxing tournament, and I had to fight their best boxer in order to gain control over their clique. I'm gonna be honest, I never liked Preppy kids. Like, shut up. And no matter how much you bully them, they always overconfident. Like, nigga, be depressed. Get your heart broke or something. I beat up their toughest opponent, and it seems the win is getting to Jimmy's head. Well done. I not only beat their toughest opponent, but I also beat the leader of their clique known as Derby. And that concluded chapter 2. This might just be a throwaway video. I might upload it, I might not. If I don't upload it though, I'm technically talking to myself, which is kind of weird if you think about it, because I intended to be talking to people. But if I don't upload it, then